Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of The Hang. Thanks for being patient with us. If you're the type of person that's keeping up with every episode, thank you very much. And if you're new, welcome. I know if you follow us on Instagram, we've mentioned how we've moved on to JXD Entertainment now. So we're in a little transition, little phase that we're trying out new things. Thanks for keeping up with us. But we're trying out some new things. We are produced by JXD Entertainment now, so we actually do have a bunch of episodes under our belt, waiting on deck. So definitely stay tuned. But you're here now, and you're about to listen to the great Vikki S. Very talented individual, and she has also been part of the JXD family for a while now. If you haven't gone on JXD Entertainment's website or the Instagram page at JXD Entertainment or the YouTube page where you can actually see everything that goes on JXD, definitely do that. Very simple. JXD, three letters, Entertainment. You already know how to write that, right? For some reason, there's a couple times that I didn't. I misspelled entertainment. Listen, I'm not the best speller, all right? Last time I was a good speller was in eighth grade. I made the spelling bee, the regional spelling bee, for Catholic middle school in Manhattan, downtown Manhattan. That's the furthest I made it in my spelling career. But enough about me. Like I said, we have a very good guest today. I definitely enjoyed my time with her. And once again, we were able to meet through working together in JXD. Big lineup of artists that we do have going on. And I'm actually gonna play. The little transition song is a song that we ended up recording together. Her and the great G.O.K. Riley. Shout out to him on the guitar. Made a little acoustic cover of a song that it's already out on an EP called Baggage. So go check out the links that I'm gonna put down below in the description or show notes, whatever you call them. And yeah, check out the whole EP. There's a couple songs there and a couple different versions of Baggage. And what you're about to hear is my exclusive David V version of Baggage. So exclusive to the Hang podcast. Yeah, definitely enjoyed the episode, and enjoy the quick little song I got.
Looking in your eyes, boy, we can't keep up this pace. Took some time, I realized you can't be my saving grace. I'll run to keep you sane, won't drag you down this pain. I won't give you my baggage. Got issues of damage. You're something so beautiful that shouldn't be here. You captured my heart, that's enough for the despair. I won't dim your light so I can shine only for a moment.
everybody that is on Instagram Live. Sorry, we're a little late, slightly late, but you're here. We're here. Finally made it. I don't want to get into the details of why it was late, but good old New York City always has things thrown at you. You know, it's gotta quickly think on your feet. And I have a fellow New Yorker here, by the way. If you're listening and you can't see, this is actually, I always do this. I let you introduce yourself.
Well,
Yes.
hi, I'm Vikki. I'm from Queens, New York, and I am a artist. And this is my first podcast in person, so
Oh,
thank you for
nice.
having me on the hang.
Yeah, for sure. It's I think it's only right. You could bring this closer too, so you don't have to like lean over.
Okay.
But yeah, I think it's only fitting that we have you over because we've already, worked a little bit, and so far I like to see that we have some things in common. First of all,
are.
yeah, there you go. We both live in Queens.
That's one.
That's and speaking of Queens, I always meet people that are from Queens that are just like all types of backgrounds. So, what's your exact background, if you don't mind telling us?
What am I?
Yeah, just a mix of.
Well, I was born in
Yeah.
Queens, so I'm American, but my mom's Guyanese and my dad's Trinidadian.
Cool.
So, yeah, I'm just, a
Yeah.
mixture. And, yeah. What are you?
I am also American, technically. Yeah, so I'm technically from Manhattan. That's where I grew up.
Okay.
Yeah, but now I'm over here, slowly but surely moving out towards like just more spacious
Do you
place.
miss it, though?
I don't want to say no because there's just everybody knows that there's so much to do in that little island. It's just so like the only thing I don't miss is just the fact that you live in a box.
Yeah.
You basically live in a box that's surrounded by other boxes to the left, right, up, and down. But at the same time, that's the cool part about it, that you get to interact with everybody on a daily basis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I actually prefer to be there.
Yeah.
Even though I'm from Queens, I have been in school for the past 6 years in the
Oh,
city,
okay.
so that's kind of my safe haven.
All right.
And I just come home to Queens for the food. The food is good
Oh, yeah.
here.
Big time.
And yeah.
Speaking of school, you went to performing arts school? Is that right?
Yeah, I went to LaGuardia as
Nice.
a vocal major. And currently I'm going to John Jay as a computer science major.
That's actually the coolest thing. Well, not the coolest thing, but like one big like thing that stood out to me. The fact that you're doing computer science.
Oh, it's
What do you think about that?
It's hard. It's hard.
I would assume.
Countless hours that I wish I could be spending on music. But
Right.
it's definitely been a ride, and I hope I rally out. I'm trying to make it to the end.
Well, Vikki, if you want, if you ever get that deep into it, we can make apps together. I always have ideas for apps, so
Down.
let me know when you want to start doing that. But I know it's hard, and like I can't tell somebody like, oh yeah, let's do this, because I have no idea how to do it. I just have the idea of what it should be, but
Trial and error.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like a lot of things, right?
So, I know that you said you wanted to pick my brain
Oh yeah, for sure.
today. And I know I was trying to get some behind the scene questions on my Instagram sticker, but I'm here now. So what do you
Yeah,
want
it's
to pick
good.
my
It's
brain
good.
about?
So what I like to talk to everybody that creates. I'm always curious as to what if there is a process of.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Take us through it, please.
Actually, for each project, there is a different process. Sometimes I could be writing a song from poetry. It
Nice.
could be based off of an experience that happened to me yesterday, mixed with something I was angry about or very passionate about last year, And I normally start off with poetry. Then I organize my thoughts into songwriting. And then from there, I get producers on board, or I send them a body laid out through like the acoustic guitar or
Yeah.
piano, and I'm like, this is what I want, and here's my vocal work.
Cool.
Let's create something, So that's actually what I did for Baggage, specifically Baggage that we worked on.
Right.
is actually from a songwriting course I took last year. It was an exercise. And the exercise was writing about where do you want to start and how do you want to tell this story? Where does it grow? How does it end? And and that's how Baggage became. And I actually forgot about that until I went through my exercise book and I found it. And I was like, damn, that's what it was? I thought it was like something I wrote in my notepad.
That's cool.
So, yeah.
It's funny because I kind of made a song the exact same way. Like I took a songwriting class. And then one of the exercises was like, I mean, it sounds simple. It's like, yeah, write a song. But it was like use, any of the different structures that you want to use, like ABA, AABA, whatever. But yeah, it just kind of, it was kind of like your process. Like you said, it was really just writing out. I took the idea from a couple poems.
Okay.
Do you know Rumi? Have you heard of that? Okay.
I don't believe so.
I might lend you the book so you can just read a bunch of Rumi stuff. Well, I don't want to get sidetracked. This is an idea about Rumi that we'll get to later that I want to ask you. But yeah, I took a couple of those poems and kind of like try to take the ones that related to my life at the moment. And yeah, I just wrote it out. It wasn't really musical yet. And then I guess I sat at the, I don't want to call it a piano. It was like, the keyboard to do all your MIDI stuff. And yeah, I guess it just came about. And then I reached out to a singer and then she killed it. And now it's a song.
If you have any lyrics for me,
all right.
Send them out.
Yeah, exactly. Now I know a good person to, what do you call it? Because I can't sing to save my life.
I'll help you. Don't worry, Darren. I got you.
Yeah, I need somebody that can actually do it and it's natural for them. I don't. Yeah. But back to Rumi. Just really quick. You said you're Guyanese and Trinidadian. Mm-hmm. I know that it's like a kind of a mix of like cultures that like those countries itself. Mm-hmm. So are you you have any like Hindu background or just like Asian religion or whatever you want to call it? I have yet to
do that 23andMe ancestry kind of thing, but majority of my family is Hindu. I grew up in a Christian home, however. Okay. So I do know about the Hindu religion a bit. But yeah, it's definitely different.
You're right.
And I remember asking my mom, what does this mean? Mm-hmm. What does that mean? Because she was a Hindu before she converted. Oh, okay. Which I ask her about all the time because, it's a big shift.
Right, yeah, for sure.
So, yeah.
Yeah, because, I'm pretty sure people already notice this, but it's like, in my personal opinion, they're all the same, to be honest. And I know that might be controversial, but come at me. It's cool. But yeah, that's like Eastern and Western religions are kind of a big difference in like ideologies and like who you worship and like who is the top thing.
I'm more spiritual than ever.
Right. Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it. How you probably ended up being, right?
Yeah, I started off in church. Mm-hmm. I used to be a part of the singing choir, and I did study the religion in middle school for a couple of years. And that's actually where I got my start in, gospel leading into R&B. My voice is kind of huge. They used to call me such a tiny body with a big voice.
Yeah, it's funny.
But then I started branching out into R&B. I started learning about spirituality and just, finding myself, that sort of thing.
That's cool.
And that's how I landed up here. And within the last 2 years, I've been exposed to EDM. So I kind of pondered a little bit in that genre, and I'm excited to grow.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, right?
Yeah,
just
and
growing.
Experiment with different sounds. Yeah.
It sounds like, you tell me if I'm putting it in the wrong words, but like, it sounds like you maybe get tired of doing the same thing all the time. Is that true?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. As you can see, a lot of things that I put out last year is completely different from what my EP was.
Yeah.
And I was just listening the other day I actually listen to K-pop.
Okay.
So I love ballads, and I love powerful and emotional songs.
Yeah.
And I know that's not what's out on the charts right now, but I really, really want to do something that's, you know, powerful, meaningful. It's all about the lyrics. The instrumentation is pure, and, you know, my dream is to perform with an orchestra. And that's all I have to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm already liking what I hear. Because,
Yeah.
I mean, in my opinion, that's how music should be made. It's like just all emotion. Because that's just what music is, in my opinion. I mean, I know there's technical parts of it.
Oh,
but
yeah, but honestly, to be honest with you, I'm not about the technical part. I'm more about
Right, yeah.
emotion, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's, you kind of, after you listen to music for a while, you kind of hear it, you know? I don't know about you, but like I can tell when it's like, oh yeah, this is just like a computer made this and like a human made this.
Yeah,
That kind of thing.
I don't know, if you can make me feel it, then I know what you're feeling. it,
Right.
You know, that sort of thing.
Yeah, that's true.
But if it's like a fun song, it's
Right.
it's meant to be fun. But
It's
if
still
you're
an
trying to
emotion.
touch my soul,
Right.
But I know, like, you were just practicing something your teacher taught you. I can tell.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. It's funny. I guess it's just in the, like, what is it, been 10 minutes? Just found out a lot that we have in common. Like, I mean, once again, I'm not a real singer, but I did start out in a choir. That's kind of how I built my, like, how I started my musical, I guess, interest. But all I sang was bass, so, you know, like, I never had the
I
attention.
miss chorus.
Yeah, I kind of do too. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Especially when when it would be big, like 100+ people. Like it was like, I mean, I'm pretty sure you still feel it if you like perform or go to concerts or whatnot. When just like a ton of people are doing the same thing, they're kind of all connected, and you just kind of get those goosebumps. Like, yes, it's like,
it's
like, well, what's going on here?
About that.
Yeah.
I miss that community of like creating with other creators, singing with other creators,
Right.
and, you know, just being a part of that drives you as a person. You know, even
Yeah.
though, you know, at the end of the day, we're all striving to be on top. You know, have some sort of
Right.
competition. But besides all of that, the fact is you're a part of a community, and you're happy to be there. You know, and you're not just. I always say this to my friends because I create.
Yeah.
In like my little room and in the closet.
Mhm.
I'm no longer like hiding in the closet recording.
Ah,
I'm
okay,
amongst
yeah.
other people, and, you know, interests are flowing and ideas, you know. So
Yeah.
I hope to be in a chorus someday just for fun, but right now I'm just working on being an artist.
That's good though.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like you're. I mean, it's just my opinion, but you're already an artist. You're just working on becoming a better artist.
Every day.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you're already a creator. You already have ideas. You're already kind of bringing them to life. And then to me, that's what an artist is. It's just like, because to me, there's a difference between like a singer and a songwriter and an artist. You know, you could be all three. But
I hope to be.
yeah, right,
Yeah.
exactly. But you don't necessarily have to be a songwriter to be an artist. You know what I mean?
Especially in today's industry.
Exactly.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it is what it is. But in a way, that's kind of cool because once again, it's bringing more people together to, you know, where collaborate and like share the emotions between each other.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's what makes beautiful sounding stuff, in my opinion.
Yeah. In fact, I know you mentioned that you did a lot of audio related stuff. So, like, what do you do?
Right. Oh, look at that. Turning the tables.
Of course.
That's
of
cool.
course.
So yeah, you came in here and you saw that I was working on something. I don't know if you saw that, but
Earlier.
shout out to Chris Paul Morales and the producer star of Fuckboy. It's a short film right now. It could possibly turn into a series.
Ooh.
And yeah, I was lucky to be you know, the boom operator on that, and now I'm mixing it.
Wow.
So and I was an extra, so look out for me.
Okay.
I'm definitely there. By the way, I had long hair back then, so if you don't notice me, that's why. But yeah, I mean, honestly, it's just like I do love music first and foremost, but it's all audio. Like it's all the same, you know. The science of it just carries on from one thing to the other. So I've done things like audiobooks, which is like, it's cool that I read on a daily basis, but
Okay.
it's just not for me.
Ah.
And luckily, things are kind of back to normal in New York, so I'm able to mix shows again.
Gotcha.
Which is like, it just reminds me like how much, how fun that is for me. Like, I know it looks like a little stressful to other people, and it's a lot of pressure sometimes, but it's fun. Like, it's what I don't know how to say.
Better to be on the go than be idle.
Yeah, exactly. It's just, I mean, I don't know what, for you, like, what brings you, like, the natural high, if, kind of thing. I'm pretty sure it's probably performing on stage.
I gotta say,
Right.
that gives me the most, and also, just laying down my vocals.
Oh,
track
cool.
And seeing it come to life, that gives me the natural, high.
Right, yeah, I don't know how else to put it.
Adrenaline, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah. Especially when you exit off stage, that's when I'm just like, wow, I did that. And then I just let it all live.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I was gonna say hopefully we get to do that together soon, but we will get to do that soon.
We will.
Yeah, none of this hopefully stuff. It's gonna happen.
You gotta wait a little bit more.
Yeah, it's all a
Just
process,
see
That's
how
what it
life's
is.
going, yeah.
Yeah, because once again, New York City just throws, just everything at you, and you just either dodge it or take it or
You gotta take
throw it
You have
back.
no choice.
Exactly. What do you think so far though? You said you like going to Manhattan, but you're a Queens person. I'm pretty sure you go to other boroughs too. Like, what's your, I guess, stance on your own city at the moment? Like, are you happy with it? Are you?
Am I happy with New York City?
Yeah.
I love the experience of New York City, but
Yeah.
we all know there's downsides to living in New York City.
Right.
But I feel like that comes with staying one place. As long
Right.
as you're feeding into that experience and you're going out and grabbing those opportunities, you're hanging around the right people, and you're just grinding. That's New York City for you. But if you want to like chill back and relax, you're not gonna relax to honking cars outside. That's what I'll leave it as that.
Yeah. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I see that you tend to go here and there, like outside of the city.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
I actually have a little list of places that I want to go, and even if I have to go myself, it's the fact that I went out. I know sometimes I'm just like, I have to get ready, I have to look human, I have to leave the house.
Yeah.
But once I'm out and I'm going, I'm like, I'm glad I went out.
Yeah, that's true, right?
You get a little content photo here and there,
Right.
Fun aspect. Yeah.
Plus, it's cool. I mean, it's just, in my opinion, this is what I tell. I mean, obviously, I'm not like the songwriting expert, but like, in my opinion, if you want to get better at songwriting, just go and experience life and go live life, because that's how it's gonna come. It's not gonna be with a class or whatever, things like that.
That's another reason why I've been getting out more often, even just walking with a little notepad. Sometimes it could even come from a dream. I'll probably forget that dream if I don't write it down. I could text somebody random words and just wake up and be like, right, that's what I meant. Or I throw it in my notepad and they're just like, what is this girl talking about? And then when I explain how the song comes about, they're like, what the heck?
That's cool, though.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I mean, the fact that you're able to, I guess, be self-aware of when that moment does come to you. Because, I mean, obviously I can't like hop out of the shower and get on my computer and start putting down the idea. But at least you like you said, as soon as you wake up, if a dream, which they usually do, like bring inspiration or a message or something, that you write it down right away. That's something I'm not good at. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
How'd you practice getting good at that though?
Practice,
Is
it's
it a practice?
Continuously writing,
Okay.
even if it's just journaling. And it's funny that you say get out the shower, because I have concerts in my shower. And it's funny because I finished up the Bag of GP from my shower. Like, I come out and I'm like, the
that's
lyrics
cool.
are done.
That's
It's
awesome.
finished.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's go lay down the vocals. Yeah. So I guess that's my place of writing.
I think it is. I mean, from what I kind of figure it out whenever you're doing things that you're not thinking about, like showering or maybe like driving, or just like when your subconscious is able to take the forefront. That's when like they just come, right?
Boom. Yeah.
Yeah. So speaking of, I don't know if everybody knows, but you mentioned it a couple times already. You do have an EP out now. Everywhere you listen to music, except like LimeWire and all that stuff.
I remember when that was out.
Right. Even, if you could find it on LimeWire, just download it. Just go listen to her.
You got to do what you got to do, but at the end of the day, just, support me.
Yeah, exactly.
Give a like. I don't care if you get it as an MP3 somewhere.
Right.
Support in other ways.
Right, yeah. But definitely go take a listen, because she has different versions of the song, which I think the lyrics were, like, as soon as I heard it, I was like, damn, like, I'm glad to be hearing a real song. Like, by real, I mean, like, not trying to like put on an image for the people, or like not trying to hold something back. Like, you're completely honest, and like, I mean, you tell me, here's your song.
I'm raw.
There you go.
When I'm behind the mic.
There you go.
I have to say, it's harder to public speak.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was just like, is that how you say that sentence? Yeah, I'm really bad at public speaking. I'm getting better now.
Okay.
But singing comes to me more naturally. I can sing in front thousands and thousands of crowds, but if you ask me to speak to them, I'm going to worry if my accent, like, slips out, if I start stumbling on my words.
Yeah.
Like, there's just too many things to think about. So, yeah, singing comes naturally, and I tell my stories through my lyrics.
That's cool.
Rather than ranting,
Do you think that's like singing and writing, do you think that's a good way to like take all your ideas and like kind of control them in a way? Because I don't know about you, but I feel like, probably John too, by the way, like idea all day, and then something like singing or writing is like able to like, all right, let's actually structure these ideas so we can actually make them happen.
Yeah, it may start out as a mess at first, but the fact is you're expressing yourself, and at the end of the day, as creators, we're human. The listeners are human. They're gonna want to relate to something that's real. They're not gonna relate to something they can't understand. I think that's the beauty of being human. We're emotional, and if I'm a Cancer, so I'm hella emotional.
Oh, okay.
So,
well, happy belated, because I know it just happened.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So yeah, if we take advantage of that and we put it out into the world and benefit off of it, by all means, even if it's journaling, you save yourself some money on going to a therapist.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it's crazy how. Do you actually write things down with like a pen?
Yeah.
Okay.
It depends on what's the closest to me.
Oh, okay.
I'm really bad at keeping a journal, so songwriting is the quickest way, or like notepads, because sometimes ever since I was a child, I would open my diary and I'll see like the last passage from like last year or like 2 years ago, and I'm like, damn, I slacked. I'm a whole new person. Who is this person? Yeah.
It is cool to see that, because I used to do that too. Kind of slacked on it recently, but yeah, like just sometimes 1 month, it's like, oh wow, like I was really like, I don't know, just for example, like I was really down on myself at that moment. Like, what did I do to like turn it around? And sometimes you don't even know, but it's cool that you can reflect on that. And then, do you ever end up writing like from those past like journals?
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Especially if it's a reoccurring theme.
Oh, okay.
Like, for instance, right now, I'm dealing with an issue where I have to constantly place boundaries.
Oh, okay.
So I feel like, who knows, maybe you're witnessing it now. There may be something in the future where I'm singing about boundaries and putting myself first.
Cool.
So that's something I've struggled with. I've let a lot of people take advantage because I'm I guess, too nice.
Yeah,
And
I understand you.
They walk all
I
over me.
definitely do, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I definitely do know.
Especially as an artist, you know, people just assume you just
Yeah.
have to provide everything for them, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah. If it's a reoccurring theme, I'll definitely write about it.
It's funny because I feel like, you know, how you mentioned, like, you save a lot of time and money journaling instead of therapy.
No lie, therapy is great.
Yeah.
You can afford it.
They're
go
both,
for it.
yeah, they're both very useful. If you could do both, you know, power to you.
Yeah.
But I feel like your journaling is doing that, because if you think about it in therapy, like the stuff you tend to talk about are things that are just like kind of I mean, I don't know about everybody else's experience with it.
Therapy is good for when you can't dive within your own brain
Right.
and confront your problems.
Right, exactly.
I'll speak because I've been to therapy.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of therapy, because it's just like, shit, that's why I was angry. Okay, I'm going to work on that.
Right.
But if you fully know yourself and you're like, okay, I'm acting like that because of this reason. I'm just going to avoid that, or I'm going to confront this. Okay, here's my task for the week to make myself a better person. By
Right.
all means, journaling all the way, you know? It's just knowing how to navigate yourself. Because at the
Yeah,
end of
first
the
and
day, the
foremost, yeah.
therapist has a journal about what this person's about. They have your personality.
Yep.
What you worked on this week, they're journaling about you. So self-invest of it, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Plus, they can't do the work for you. You kind of have to do it yourself. But that's really cool that, you know, like now we can see how and why you like your lyrics to be, I guess, meaningful and relatable and like with depth, because because that's how your own like personality is. You know, it's not just like I'm always happy, I'm always down. Like, it's always changing because you're trying to change yourself for the better. So what you think a problem is today is not going to be a problem in a month from now, and it wasn't a problem a year ago either, you know,
Yeah,
kind
my
of thing.
problems a year ago was so small compared to now.
Right.
So, yeah. It's crazy. There's no other way than moving up and moving forward, and you don't stay in one place.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's I find that it's actually harder to do that, but
Stay in one place.
no, harder to try and not
Oh.
stay in one place, you know? Or do you not agree?
I've been conditioned to keep moving forward.
Okay,
So
that's awesome.
that's
good. Yeah.
I have to say I've been
Yeah.
conditioned, because if I do stay in one place, I beat myself up, and I have to say I'm a lot better. I used to be a perfectionist, and to the point where I wouldn't get anything done. But the fact is, I would keep, you know, trying and
You're right.
beating myself down. But now I'm just letting it be. As long as I tried. That sort of thing, you know?
That's cool.
Slow progress is better than none.
Yeah, that's definitely true, yeah. But did that come from, I guess, self-conditioning, or did you get it from someone else? Or
I would say a lot of environmental factors
Okay.
and, you know, pressure. I did start singing young, and, you know, there was like a standard to reach, to always be on top, to be on top of school, schedule. I have to say, I'm getting a lot more sleep now than
Wow,
I did
okay.
when I was younger.
Yeah.
So it's definitely environmental factors and what was going on in my life back then. Yeah.
Well, I was going to say that's cool, but I feel like some other people would say that it's more important to, like, have your mental health in place than, like, overwork yourself.
Yeah, it's a pro and con.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
have to say,
Yeah.
because nobody wants anything bad to happen to them. But if they get something positive out of it, like, you know, that drive that
Yeah.
wouldn't let me become a couch potato, I'm glad for that.
Exactly.
But I'm not glad for everything else that came with it, you know? So it's definitely a pro and con. It's how you deal with it and move forward. Yeah.
All right. Do you think you gotta? I mean, obviously, you're always gonna have room for improvement, but do you think you have a good handle on it now?
A lot better than I did
Oh, okay.
a couple years ago. Like, if I had to talk to a therapist about it, I'd be very proud of myself. I'd be like,
Yeah.
here's my progress, you know? Yeah, I have a handle on it.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, sometimes you have to. It's kind of like how you don't notice yourself physically grow because like you're looking at yourself every day, and then when somebody sees you after 5 years, they're like, "Oh my God, look how much you've grown."
Yeah, what are you talking
Yeah,
about?
I'm like, was I gonna shrink? Like, but it's the same.
Speaking of, you see how you said that you speak to you. Well, you don't speak to yourself. I mean, if you do that.
I think I
mean,
do. Yeah.
but like how you look in your mirror and you don't see any improvements or changes.
Right.
Something that I actually did was like a couple of months ago. I sat down in front of my camera and I was like, I'm here. I'm at this point in my life. I'm doing this and that.
Oh, okay.
In a couple of months, I hope to achieve this, this, this. And in like that year to come, or at a couple months later, I would have that reminder ring, like go back to this video.
Oh, okay.
Diary from a couple of months ago or whatever, and I see how much changed. So that's one way to remind yourself of your self-growth.
Yeah, that's cool.
To prevent beating yourself up. So that's helped me a lot. So maybe that's something, I don't know if you want to try.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I mean, it's funny because I guess I'm doing a podcast now, but I usually don't like recording myself.
And I don't like public speaking, but yeah.
Right. Yeah, now we're both here, which is, once again, I guess, shows a lot of our own personal growth. Because there's no way I would have done this podcast like 3 years ago, for example.
And pushing our confidence. I mean, is that the word to say?
I think that's the perfect word.
Pushing ourselves out of comfort zone.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
There you go. But yeah, it ends up building confidence, or it comes from confidence. Because, I mean, I guess now I could publicly speak as well. But yeah, there was a point where I didn't even want to speak, period. Yeah. Not even like out of public, like just like if it was me and you, like I wouldn't really know what to say, kind of thing.
Yeah. I'm a pretty awkward person also. Like, I would be in the room and I'm like, the thoughts are in my head, like, what do I say to this person? Do they like me? Am I being too weird? I'm paranoid. So yeah, but it's definitely good to get out and push yourself out of your comfort zone because, look, we're talking now, we're getting stuff done.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, the ideas are flowing.
Yeah, and it's nice.
We're doing an episode of a podcast. Next, you know, we'll be working on more stuff, right?
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, you you have like yeah, I guess just I don't want to say like too much because I feel like it'll be just more added on pressure that you might already have. But like, I don't know, you just have like the ability to make a lot happen. So
I hope.
yeah, I mean, I don't see why we can't, like it has to stop now, you know. Plus you're like really young, like I mean, I guess you're an adult woman now.
Yeah, I'm an adult woman now, officially 1 month ago.
But yeah, it's like it's only the beginning, to be honest. It's like people think that when you reach 30 or 40, like that's it, it's over.
Oh,
You know?
yeah. Well, to be honest with you, I've kind of had a meltdown this past 2 weeks because, you know, social media is there.
Oh,
and
yeah.
even though you know it's bad, you indulge in it.
Yeah.
And you see everybody doing this and that, but you don't take the time to break down the factors of why they are the way they are, why they are where they are at that point in their lives. It could be, you know, financial reasons. It could be they had a better situation at home. It could be a lot of things. They
Right.
worked hard for it while you weren't working hard for it.
Right.
You know, so it's so easy to compare to other people without looking at the bigger picture. But even though I'm just 21, I was just like, I'm not doing enough. I need to get out of New York City. I need to branch out. And I'm like, I need to take one thing at a time. And I keep reminding myself,
yeah.
it's really hard, you know. But self-reflection and just those small reminders is keeping me sane. But yeah, social media, if you can leave it. Like, honestly,
Yeah.
if it wasn't for music, I'd be off the grid.
We still do appreciate everybody on social media watching us.
Right. Hi,
But,
guys. I feel like, wow, a lot of people have joined. I haven't looked at the comments. But if you guys want to ask any questions, feel free to ask. I mean, don't let David ask me all the questions, you know?
Yeah, this is why we go on live, because we like for you guys to interact.
Yeah.
And remember, if you're listening to this now and you're not following us, go follow Vikki. I'll write everything down, because people need the actual link. Because
Yeah.
I know mine, like, you can't find me if you just type it out D major, because once again, the O is 0.
That was a 0.
Yeah.
You heard that?
Yeah, I try to be creative with it, But yeah, definitely go follow us, and I definitely will go live with other people. And actually, you go live almost all the time.
I do. I've been trying to.
Oh, well, maybe just when I go on Instagram, you happen to be there too. So.
Mostly in the nighttime, because that's when I'm the most creative and I feel like I have something to say.
Awesome.
But like during the day, I'm just not there. And then when I do go on live, nobody's awake. So yeah. We actually have a question here.
Cool.
When was your first show and how did you feel before going up on stage? When was my first show? I guess like official show with like tickets and stuff involved. It was when I was 9.
Oh,
and
nice.
It was the Apollo Theater
Oh.
amateur night. To be frankly honest with you, I don't remember anything.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's a long time ago. So.
Yeah, I don't remember anything, and I was blind. I think I mentioned
yeah,
to you off screen.
Right.
Fun fact: I've been performing live for such a long time without glasses. At the age of 8, I needed glasses, and that pressure of like glasses is geeky.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
made me not want to wear glasses, so I could not see the crowd. I just went up on stage and did my thing. But now I can see you guys, so.
Do you think that helped you out at all?
As a child, yes. But definitely now that I'm older, the fact you can see your audience, you know who to connect with.
Right.
And you can communicate with your eyes a lot better. That's more important to me than just staring at a blank wall.
Right.
So, yeah.
I think the point of live performance anyways is to connect with the audience, right? So it's better for you to see the reaction and then know how to adjust and all that stuff, right?
Accommodate, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, unless they're booing you, then I don't know what to do with it.
Then you gotta, it's funny because I feel like you'll eventually learn how to deal with that, because I think everybody does.
Oh, I was just on TikTok the other day. Yeah, I use TikTok. Like 2 years ago, I was like, what's TikTok? And all the youngsters are using it. But now it's like one of the biggest platforms that I'm interested in getting in. There was this girl talking about, I'm sorry, I don't know who to give credit to, but it was like, as a creator, get like a marble jar and have different colors of marbles. And every time you get a rejection, put it in.
Oh, okay.
And every time you get an acceptance, put it in, and you'll realize how much it took for you to get that opportunity or whatever. And
That's
I was like,
cool, yeah.
That's a really cool idea to visually see it, instead of looking at rejection emails from the past. You know?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, so I like that idea.
Yeah, I feel like it's very easy. I'm pretty sure not just in our industry, but in any, like, if you're getting a job or whatever, or trying to apply for school.
It's humbling.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And you can't you can't let it get to you, because it's like, it's just part of everybody's life, really. It's gonna happen, and it's gonna keep on happening, but you end up appreciating the acceptance more, like when it does work out,
When it hits,
kind of thing.
it's like, I work for this.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then you end up telling yourself, like, well, at least for me, like, I try to remind myself, like, to not get into that imposter syndrome. Like, I got this chance, but I think it's just out of luck, But I try to remind myself, like, no, you actually deserve this, because you're good at whatever the opportunity is. So you are the person for the job. So
Yeah.
remember, you belong here,
Yeah,
kind of thing.
I did see a saying. It's like, nothing comes with luck. It's a preparation that you had for that luck.
Right.
And I love that saying. If I could just like take fortune cookies and have all of the statements pasted all over the walls, I would.
All right.
Yeah, I just write them down.
That's cool. I used to collect, like, I had a whole drawer of them. Of those. Like, yeah.
Pick one a day.
All right, yeah, exactly. It was like, let's see which one reminds me to, stay positive or whatnot. Or sometimes it was just like, I think they ran out of ideas eventually, because it would be like, like tomorrow's gonna be a sunny day or something. Like,
yeah.
Okay.
My sister actually put me onto this. It's a Google Chrome extension.
Oh, okay.
But when you open it up, I think it's called Momentum. There's like a quote every single day.
Oh, right.
And it like asks you what's your main task for today, what's your goal for today, and you write it. So as you work on your computer, you see that.
Right.
And it gives you the option to like put a checklist to the side. So it's been super helpful.
Yeah, I was gonna
keeping
say.
me focused. There's a huge timer clock on there.
Wow.
So yeah.
I definitely gotta look into that, because that's like, because people are definitely gonna go use their computer on a daily basis, most likely.
I feel like you should name this podcast "Tips for Survival." Vikki S.
Right. That's basically what it is. You don't have to be a musician or a singer. You could definitely apply this for anything. Most definitely.
Yeah.
Look at this. She's so young, and she's already kind of like pretty wise when it comes to like
Thank you.
dealing with your own inner thoughts and stuff like that. Do you think it comes from? I mean, you don't consider yourself, I guess, religious, do you? Or what would you call yourself, spiritual? Or
I'm spiritual, but since I come from religious roots, I would always say I'm always going to acknowledge, and partake, as a family, or, I don't know. One day I'll probably end up back in church.
Right. Yeah, it happens. Yeah.
Life happens.
Yeah.
And it's just my personal reasons for leaving the church, I guess, would be, feeling that pressure and you have to live to a certain standard.
Right.
But, yeah, I'm spiritual, but leaning towards Christianity.
Well, you tell me if you're in the same boat, but like I also grew up technically Catholic, and I was put in a bunch of Catholic schools, so it was like go to church like at least 3 times a week. So eventually, I just got tired of the same old, like I heard the story 3 times already this week. I'm tired. I'm tired of it. Can we just like not like? And that's actually what ended up getting like me interested in other religions that were not like about Jesus and like one God kind of thing. But now, like that, when I do go to like a Catholic mass or just anything Christian or just really anything, like I actually appreciate it more, and like I actually listen to what's going on this time, because
it's not being shoved down your throat. You're willingly there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then I'm able to take those things and like, oh, I can apply that here in this point in my life. Do you find yourself kind of the same?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I would say majority of my, how do I say this? Morals. There you go. That's
There
the
you
word.
go. Yes.
Majority of, you saw that light bulb
Yeah.
just go off. Majority of my morals and my way of life comes from the religion. But I would say, I know you talked about imposter syndrome.
Right.
I felt like I had that the entirety of my youth.
Oh, okay.
So now I'm living my truth, kind of rhymes a bit.
Yeah, nice.
New song coming
Right,
out.
yeah. There you go.
But yeah, I definitely feel like I'm home when I'm back in that situation, because it's a level of comfort. But I'm myself, and I do so willingly. And I'm very open about that. Hey, you want to talk about this? You want to talk about that? By all means, we're all entitled to our own opinion.
Right.
And I'm not going to bash anybody about their opinion, That's life. I mean, I don't really understand this whole culture. What is it called?
Cancel culture?
There you go. I was about to say culture cancel.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I understand if it's like some extreme measures or
Right,
like,
yeah.
you gotta deal with your consequences, but like, yeah.
Yeah, I never understood like how that could be a thing. First of all, like you can't just cancel somebody. Like they're still there. It's not like
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. I thought at first it was cancer culture.
Oh,
Because to me that makes more sense. It's like, oh, this person is a cancer. We have to get rid of them.
toxic. Yeah.
That would make sense, but like, And that is really a collective thing, if anything, because you can't just be like one person on Twitter and, you know, say Vikki doesn't believe in Jesus anymore, so we have to cancel her.
I mean, I do.
Right. That's what I'm saying. But that's.
I'm not. I'm just saying. I would comment. I mean,
Okay.
I do, but just not as much as you.
Yeah.
You know.
Right.
It's like that. Everybody, we're living our own lives, you know, and we're all surviving. I have to say.
Right.
Just be careful what you say and don't offend anyone, you know. But at the end of the day, everybody gets offended.
Right.
You know, it's so easy to be canceled today because social media is there, and the cameras are there. Everybody's watching
Right.
what you say, which is why I was a little nervous for this podcast. I mean, I don't have anything bad or, you know, the hidden past to dig up, but
Well, even
everybody finds a flaw. Oh, maybe
Yeah,
she
exactly.
curls her hair too much. That body language is so offensive. Like, I don't know.
Right.
I know I'm being dramatic about it, but that's literally how I view the culture.
But yeah, you're right, because the person that's looking at you like, oh, I want to cancel Vikki, they just have like this.
I want to cancel me too sometimes.
Just for a moment, just for like maybe like 8 hours, right?
Yeah.
But that person usually has some type of like filter, like bias filter that they see the world with. So they're gonna see you and just think like, 'cause you could be like the, you know, greatest person ever.
And there will be someone that dislikes you.
Exactly.
Just because. I don't
Whatever
know.
their circumstances were
Yeah.
when, you know, I don't know, they grew up or at the moment, and they just don't like, you know, girls from Queens or something.
It's
Yeah.
not black or white. It's not gray either. There are so many different factors
Yeah.
to consider.
Yeah, for sure. And I guess, I mean, I try to do this myself, but I think those people should too. Like, try to put yourself in their shoes and see, like, why are you hating?
Get to know that person.
Right.
That way you can put yourself in their
Exactly.
shoes, you know? Because we're human. And there are many
Right.
times where I'm just like, I don't really vibe with this person. But once I get to know them, they're like the closest person to me,
Right.
you know? So just give everyone a chance.
Yeah. That's that goes with, I guess, the growth too, you know, of your individual self, because you're like given, and luckily we're in New York and we see everything,
Yeah.
but you're given like this, like the way you're raised, like that filter that I was talking about earlier starts forming. And sometimes, yeah, like you just get caught up in that, like that's how things are, and that's how everybody else sees it.
Yeah, especially in school, we're exposed to so much at our
Oh
age.
yeah,
You know?
right.
So by the time you're older, you have your opinions, and you know, it seems crazy to us that some people may have a closed-minded opinion, but you have to remind yourself they're not exposed to everything.
Right.
Sometimes parents or, you know, individuals don't talk about it. It's taboo, or
Right.
it's just not where they are, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Plus, not everybody's kind of always ready to get the truth in a way. You know what I mean? Like,
You know, I never really thought about
Yeah.
that. You're not ready to confront your truth, huh? Yeah.
yeah, I think so.
Wow.
Yeah. Because there's things that, like, I mean, from my own personal experience, that like the collective agrees with. Like, you know, people. Let me use another example. Yeah, like if everybody likes R&B, but then there's this person that for some reason they hate it, and it's like they're just not ready to understand. And I think, I mean, just staying to music.
It's kind of like rap music. Not
Yeah,
everybody
there you go.
likes rap.
There you go. That's
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
Perfectly way to put it.
I don't like all rap music. I like certain types of rap. It's just some people just like to rock out to one genre that I don't understand is mumble rap.
Yeah.
Because I'm a lyrical person.
Right, yeah,
you know?
exactly.
I want you to listen to my lyrics and I
Right.
want you to feel it, even if it's in a catchy song. But if everybody's at a concert and they're hyped out to mumble rap,
All right.
I'll be hyped out with you.
Yeah,
just
exactly.
not on my own time, you know?
Right.
So
right.
yeah,
Right.
that's a perfect example.
Yeah, for sure. So it's like you just got to give everybody their time to like soak it in.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. You can't just shove it down somebody's throat and like expect them to like it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I think people will definitely like. Once again, if you have emotions, if you're a human,
If you're a human.
if you're a human, definitely go listen to the Baggage EP. I think you'll definitely be able to relate. No matter what part of life you're in, you're bound to like something from the song. I mean, I like the whole thing, to be honest. First of all, the lyrics, I think, were just like, it's just real and raw and relatable. And you can tell, like, I mean, I'm kind of repeating myself that you're not holding back.
Thank you.
But it's like going back to the mumble rap thing. It's like at the moment, those, like you said, those people just have that. Because I think about myself too, like all the rap music that I used to listen to like 10 years ago, and it's like, you're not about that life anymore. Like, it's like you can't actually relate to this stuff anymore.
You're hyped for them if they are living that life.
Right, yeah, exactly. And like I don't judge because like I know the truth behind that stuff, you know, like I guess I know where it comes from and why.
Yeah, especially as a creator and you know behind the scenes of a lot of things.
Right.
It just kind of kills it for you. Like, half of those bling blings are fake.
Right, yeah,
Those girls are hired.
Like I mean, Lil Jon. Almost everybody does, right?
I don't. I live under a rock.
Oh, wow, okay. Well, Lil Jon, I guess back in like 2000 to like 2010 or 2015. I think he was like, it wasn't mumble. It was just like, technically the name was Crunk. It was like, just yelling.
Okay.
And once again, it's just all about the energy.
That's their way of venting, by all means.
Yeah, exactly. And I guess as a younger kid, like I just felt the energy of like that he brought to the table.
Adrenaline. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like, yeah, okay, and then just being hype, like as a teenager. But then now that like I'm not like a old person, but
You're mature.
I guess so. Yeah, like the music that moves me now is, like you said, just lyrical and like thought out, and like there's the peaks and valleys of the song, and it's like I want that kind of stuff in my ears rather than just like energy all the time. Nothing wrong with that, because that is like a phase thing,
That's life.
It's like it's like my parents, like they listen to rock music, like heavy rock music back when they were like in their 20s and teens, but they don't listen to it now. It's like because they're not, they're just not in that like mental space anymore.
They asked, what is your top 5 rappers? Well,
okay,
I can't name 5. As I said, I don't really listen too much.
Okay.
But I have to say I listened to this rapper named Lecrae. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I know Lecrae.
I like Lecrae. I admire. I wouldn't say I listen to Eminem, but I admire how he creates his raps and what influences and his like I was listening to one of his songs and they pointed out you can't really understand what he's saying unless you look at the lyrics.
Yeah, for sure.
He broke the word up to a certain pattern to match with every single line. I was like, how did he even do that? I would never even think about that. He was just a mastermind.
Yeah.
When he comes to lyrics.
Yeah,
so
that's very true.
I admire him. Off the top of my head, I cannot list any other rappers. What about you?
But those are two good ones. It's funny because I always think about this myself. So, and it's really hard to just narrow it down to 5. So I just have a top 5 New York list for every borough.
Okay.
Because that's just easy to make. That's the easiest thing for me to do. And you're probably not gonna know any of them, and I understand because I'm an old ancient man, and I tend to go back. It's like that's the kind of stuff that I like. Because once again, lyrics, like that's the number one thing. Obviously, a good rapper has, all the categories. Like he's good at all of them, he or she. But the number one thing to me is lyrics. Like I know some people just like, for example, like they like mumble rappers because they just flow well. They don't say much, but it's just like it's a catchy flow.
If you got flow, you got catchy lyrics, even if it's not like reach down deep into my soul.
Right.
And I can have fun.
Yeah.
I'm for it.
Right,
I'm
exactly.
there, yeah.
Yeah, but I am a lyric guy, and I know New York City. Well, I think now, I don't know. This is a discussion for another day. But
Another podcast.
yeah, New York City, I think is known for its lyricists. So Manhattan would be Big L from Harlem. Brooklyn, I guess I'm gonna have to go with Biggie, Notorious B.I.G.
Okay, I've heard of him.
Queen, yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I know this person.
You know that guy. Queens, I would go with Nas. Bronx, I would go with Big Pun. Like half of these guys are passed away, unfortunately.
Okay.
So Big Pun, Big L, all the
music
big
lives on
guys,
forever, though.
unfortunately, yeah, all the big guys are gone. So that, what I say, Queens, Brooklyn, Manhattan, Bronx, and Staten Island. I'm gonna have to get fact checked on this. Maybe this is a good thing that Google's here.
Google.
But,
Let's Google real quick.
But yeah, I think Ghost Face.
Oh, Ghost.
Yes, the guy from Staten Island in the Wu-Tang Clan, Ghostface Killer.
That is a really cool artist name.
Yeah, Wu-Tang Clan. Have you ever heard of them?
Nope.
Okay, so yeah, once again, this is showing my age. They're definitely a 90s. They're a 90s rap group. Consisted of, it's weird because they always grew and shrank. So at one point it was like 36 members.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. So the main people are like, they're kind of. Honestly, they're all still doing stuff, but just low key. Because once again,
The industry has changed.
yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm pretty sure they don't have the energy to be like doing shows every single night, full capacity, energy kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, if you guys know who Wu-Tang Clan is, they're kind of very influenced. I listened to a podcast with one of their members. And they're very influenced by obviously the name Wu-Tang is kind of like something Asian. And yeah, it's like it comes from just kind of a Shaolin philosophy of like, it's not necessarily like one thing. It's like just a bunch of things, kind of how they carry themselves, how they, I guess, were able to stay in the industry. It was just kind of keeping that philosophy in mind of like, not being, even though, it is rap, they talk about violence, but that's really about, they're just sharing their story.
Their story, which is what rap is majority of.
Right, yeah, exactly. It just happened to be.
What it used to be.
Yeah. It just, but, yeah, like, that whole philosophy. I mean, I'm pretty sure you've seen this in other, like, Eastern, I guess, philosophies. That it's all about like the first action or reaction shouldn't. First of all, you shouldn't have a reaction. you know? And then if it is, it has to be like peaceful and calm and collective and open-minded.
That's some serious self-control.
Yeah, exactly.
Working on that too.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is, I personally, that's what I love about kind of going into other religions or philosophies or whatever you want to call them. Because it's like, there's things that maybe they were taught to you in the Christian Bible, but maybe they're worded differently and you understand them better.
Some shape or form. Not shape. There's similarities across all religions. And when they tell me, I'm like, oh, this sounds similar to this story.
Right.
Da-da-da-da. Yeah. That's why I'm just like, to each their own.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. One of them commented, what about Tupac?
Oh, what about Tupac? Well, I gave you my top 5 New York City, so...
Yeah.
That's fine.
I don't listen to Tupac.
Okay, well, about Tupac, I could tell you a little bit about Tupac. I think the reason why everybody likes him is because in just a short amount, like I don't think he even reached 30 years old before he was shot, or I think he's like 25 or 27. But like he had already
Established so much.
Yeah, he made movies. He made like 10 albums. He wrote like poetry books. So yeah, it was like just like it's just a lot to what do you call it? Like take in from him. Like whoever you are, you're gonna connect to him, no matter what. So maybe like listen to a couple things from him. Let me see.
Send me some song recommendations.
Yeah, some songs because they get really deep. I know like one of them you might like that I guess first of all he was always lyrical, but you definitely would like the one that he wrote for his mom. I think it's called Hey Mama. Let's see. Hey Mama.
And after that, we
Tupac.
have another question from another listener.
Oh, okay. What is the question?
What specifically draws you to accepting a track to work on versus denying others?
Oh,
That's
okay.
a really good question.
That is
But
a
I
really
feel
good
like
question.
after this song, because I'm about to go on a tangent.
Oh, okay. Well, let me just actually Google it. I forgot. It was something about. I'm such a bad. Tupac, mom. Yeah, mama lyrics. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, dear mama, not hey mama. But oh,
You too bad.
yeah, you too bad. We're not gonna play all of them because we might get demonetized.
When I was pregnant in jail.
I'll play a little bit of it. Yeah. But yeah, go look up Tupac, Dear Mama.
Okay.
It's basically a song towards his mom, you know. In my opinion, yeah, it's like
It's straight to the point.
yeah.
Okay,
It starts from day one, and just kind of he gives you his journey of them two, because I mean, just like many other rappers, you know, they come from like a hard background growing up. So I think just like you, they allowed themselves to become vulnerable in their lyrics, and that's why people are able to relate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, go look up Dear Mama. I might have a book of poetry of his.
Oh,
Let
he
you
did
take a
poetry
look.
too?
Yeah. He has a couple of poetry books.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah.
Send them my way.
Yeah. So once again, I think that's why people love him, because it's like so like diverse, because he also has, I mean, he's never mumbled rap, but he also had like the high energy, like yelling kind of songs, party
As long as
songs.
you can understand.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can understand him. He was very good lyricist. But back to the question about working with people, do you have
Accepting a
an answer
track
for
to
that?
work on versus denying others. I'm about quality over quantity.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, I have a lot to say, but I'm also big on putting out something that is good.
Right.
You know, something that won't last for 2 weeks, something that will last
Oh,
for
right.
several months, years.
Right.
You know, give or take, without marketing or with marketing. Maybe somebody will stumble upon my work that I put out 10 years ago.
Yeah.
They'll be able to fully enjoy it, you know? I've got to say, a track that is fleshed out, a track that is organized. I know that some people don't really have their sound design together, and
Oh, okay.
they got their, I wouldn't say it's a mess, it's just unorganized, and a little more thought needs to
Right.
be put into it.
I was gonna say you could probably tell that they're still growing as far as that goes, right?
And I won't be like, don't ever contact me again. Just, I'm always open. This track's not for me at the time.
Try again next time. Okay.
Yeah. There has to be space for a singer.
Oh, yeah.
There is a lot of tracks that don't need a singer, and they send it to me, and I'm like, there's no space for a singer. You know, how could I even fit in here? This track's not for me, you know, because
Right.
at the end of the day, the type of singer that I am, I'm not just on a mic casually shouting ad-libs. you know?
Right.
Like, okay, I'm gonna come in here. Yo, what's up? You know,
Right.
like,
It's
how
just-
you doing?
Right.
Vikki S on the track, you know, like that.
Right.
You know, and call it a day. Yeah. So that's how I would accept the track. quality, fleshed out, good sound design, and especially the producer. You gotta keep in mind the producer and the people who are working on it. If they are open to new ideas and grow this track together. After I'm on board, I'm down.
Nice.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely is a lot of factors because it's not just. I mean, you as a creator, you know, it's not just one thing that makes a song or gives you the inspiration to try to work on something. It's like just a lot of circumstances and like maybe at the time you're not feeling that kind of thing. And it's a good thing that you mentioned like the part that people don't realize, maybe like just your average listener. That like you need space for yourself, you know. And
you gotta create space.
Yeah, exactly. And I guess the producer or whoever it is, they just have to like kind of ask themselves like, first of all, what kind of producer do I want to be? And if I want to work with a singer, am I like, I have to just
am
not
I ready to accommodate?
Right, yeah, because it's not about yourself. And sometimes it's not even about you either. It's about the song.
It's about the
you know?
song. Yeah, there's so many instances where you can create such a beautiful track, but the workmanship and the chemistry amongst the people who are working on that project just isn't there. And that affects the song at the end of the day.
Right.
Somebody could be like, I'm not promoting this song anymore. I'm just remove my name. I don't want to be a part of it. You know? So it's very important that the people skills are there.
Yeah, for sure.
Like right now, I'm working on it.
yeah. Once again, it's I mean, I'm pretty sure if you look at, when was the last time you said you made that video? Like 6 months ago or something like that?
Yeah, I do it from a 6-month gap. And
okay.
I check back again 6 months later because 6 months is a long time.
Right, yeah. So it's like half a year check-in. And I'm pretty sure you'll notice that, you don't think the same. Even as far as like, your people skills, they're probably better, right?
A lot better.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good to hear. I mean, they're always going to be necessary. Like, I'm sorry to say that, even if you're like some type of computer programmer that sits at home, you're going to need to like, somebody's going to have to work with you eventually.
Yeah. I'm pushing myself more. You know, I used to deny those FaceTime calls.
Oh,
I used to just watch the phone ring and just text them, hey, I'm not available right now, but I'm not doing that anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's good. That's definitely, well, I'm glad that you're able to, like, admit that, like, what you actually had, what you consider weak points of yourself.
Oh, yeah.
You know? Because, I mean, how many people are really going to tell you, like, maybe your parents, but who's really going to tell you, like, Vikki, you're kind of fucking up on this, so maybe try better, you know? Like,
I mean, you're lucky if your parents tell you.
Right, yeah.
You're perfect in their eyes.
Right, that too, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny, do you ever get your parents to listen to music? Because I there was a point where I'm like, I don't think I'm going to ask my mom anymore because she likes everything.
My parents are very upfront.
Okay, cool.
This sounds too dead. This sounds too busy. I don't like this. What are these lyrics about? They're
That's good.
They're very big on lyrics too. And that comes from their influence. They used to play a lot of Whitney Houston, Celine Dion, Barbra Streisand.
Yeah.
So, they were very big on their lyrics back then, soulful singing.
Yeah.
And they always love saying, this is real music,
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so that background comes from them, that influence, I gotta say.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So I guess, is it safe to say those are some of your direct influences?
When I was younger, Celine Dion and Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey was my influences growing up. Alicia Keys, 2007, R&B, but definitely I'm listening to different people. Influences, I gotta say, as a teen was Tori Kelly.
Okay, cool.
Her. Now that I'm growing, I would say I found a new artist called Nika. I don't know if you saw my last live.
Yeah, I've heard of Nika, yeah.
Yeah, I just love her stuff, and I found her on TikTok. So
okay.
Shout out to her if you ever hear this podcast.
Yeah, it's definitely...
yeah, your music taste is always growing and evolving, and it's definitely affecting my music that I put out. Fun fact, Premonitions on my EP was inspired by Leave the Door Open.
Oh, that's
Silk
cool.
Sonic, you know,
Okay.
it doesn't sound like it, but it definitely influenced that chill, laid back vibe, you know, that I was heading for. So yeah, it's just whatever you
Wow, okay.
surround yourself with will definitely influence you.
Yeah, that's cool. That's definitely cool. Now I have to go back because I heard it, but I didn't think that, to be honest.
Yeah.
Now I kind of gotta go back and like try to put the two together. And I probably, yeah, I'll probably see. I mean, don't tell us because they have to go listen to
Yeah.
to that for themselves.
Give it
But-
a like or two. You know?
Yeah, definitely. Oh man, why does this happen? This happens at least once an episode where I had a question and it just kind of leaves my brain because we were definitely into the topic. But oh yeah, that's right. So I asked you a couple like a week ago or so on Instagram Live, and I guess it's only right that the rest of the listeners hear this. Do you have any other genres that you think people might not think you listen to?
I listen to jazz, not as much as I used to. I listen to K-pop, as I
All right.
mentioned earlier. Regarding my background and the type of music I do, a lot of people, they would just assume, but like I'm not so involved. I listen to Bollywood music. Yeah, you know, it's definitely beautiful, definitely very different. One thing I admire about international content is that they're very poetic in their lyrics, and even just K-dramas, you know, C-dramas. I enjoy watching it compared to American-made shows. I mean, there are a ton of shows that are amazing, but like just the content that is exposed to outside is just really beautiful to see different cultures through the screen or through the music. It was like, wow, they don't talk about that here.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
We don't experience this here.
Yeah.
You know? And it's, yeah, I just enjoy it. But besides jazz and I studied opera. I don't really listen to opera.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I could sing a piece, you know, but like I wouldn't do it willingly, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but that's about it.
But I think that's, I mean, I'm pretty sure you agree, but it's definitely good that you did. You were exposed to that and you practiced it a little bit because it's able to just expand your abilities, you know? Because if you only listen to R&B, you would only have like R&B type of like way of writing probably. And then since you were able to experience like jazz vocalists and, you know, classical type of vocals, you know you could do that kind of stuff just like in whatever way you wanted to do. You know?
Definitely writing for like Broadway musicals.
Right.
Like performance oriented repertoire.
Right,
is
right.
different. But hey,
very
who
true.
knows? Maybe one day, I don't know, throwing this out there, I would love to be a part of a Broadway production.
Oh,
You know?
okay.
Yeah, it's definitely a dream. It's definitely left field, but something that I would love to get off my bucket list, you know?
Yeah, I think that's definitely possible.
Yeah, what about you? What are your plans going
As far
forward?
as going forward.
Yeah, just
Well,
dealing with music.
yeah, it's funny because, I mean, I do have an EP out. That was like,
Okay.
it's put out like 2 years ago, to be honest, now that I think about it. Like exactly 2 years ago. So it's about time I get something new going. I did want to have something out last year too, but then most of the people I wanted to collaborate with just kind of went away because of COVID. So I had to like kind of start from like just throw that whole idea out. Not throw it out, but just kind of rethink it and how to approach it.
Yeah.
So yeah, and it's also funny because I'm like, you know, the fact that you mentioned like, oh, I want to sing with an orchestra, like I want to do more of that kind of. It sounds experimental. I don't know, you know, it depends on you how you see it, but yeah, like I want to try out more different things than what like you would expect. You know?
Yeah.
From the
like
norm.
live music oriented stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Like something that could be, I mean, obviously I'm not performing in stadiums yet.
Yes.
Something that could like transition into a stadium well kind of thing. Like, I mean, I don't want to. Actually, I'll do it. Like, I'm influenced by Kanye West and how he went from like, you know, like his early stuff was very lyrical, and then it kind of transitioned, like I said, to kind of more stadium music. Like a lot of, you know, like the chorus is the part that everybody likes. Well, I mean, that's what it's supposed to kind of be. But yeah, exactly. Like your chorus is like just wide and a lot of kind of, I don't want to call it layers, but like, yeah, it's just kind of big for a bigger space, for a literal bigger space, not just like your car or, you know, your bedroom.
Gotcha.
And it's just like part of growing as a as a creator, you know, that wants to try out different things, and there's different influences coming at you all the time. Because honestly, you would think that, I guess, I mean, at this point, I don't know what people expect or think about my style, but you would think that it's like mainly rap and R&B, but I really like literally the other night I went to a rock concert and it was like, this shit was amazing. Like, this is like, once again, going back to Kanye West, like that's the only other like non-rock artist that I could think of that does that kind of stuff. But even him, like, you know, like you hear some of his songs and it's like, this isn't just straight rap.
Yeah.
You know?
I haven't listened to his new stuff, but I used to listen to his old stuff around when Carrie Hilson was around. I don't know if you know her.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of adrenaline filled.
Yeah, exactly.
Up music.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about it in my head and I realized my head was moving. But yeah, I'll definitely check his stuff out. I do peep he's like doing like, I guess I would call it cool shit because a lot of people are hyping him up right now. I don't know what he's done recently, but I saw a post about it. I don't know if
I don't know the exact details either, but going back to like stadium music, it looks like he's making music literally in the stadium.
Oh.
So he's probably using the sound system of the stadium to like mix it and all that good stuff.
Okay.
That's the kind of stuff that I mean, like, you know, like obviously you still need a recording studio, but to try it out, just to like expand my, I guess, imagination, you could say, you know, it's like, because everybody knows, I guess, the sound of today kind of thing.
The radio, you just turn it on and boom, it's in.
Yeah, and you know what it's like, you know the instruments that are used. And obviously, you got to make what people like, but also what you want to do, you know. And that's kind of, I guess, where you find the perfect balance of what you
like it.
Yeah, exactly, right. I wish you could keep going, but do you have to go somewhere? So.
It's 6:28. I do.
Okay.
It's like after 7.
Yeah, it's cool. I understand. Once again, sorry I came late
Okay.
to my own podcast. But, I mean...
It's okay. I got a tour behind the scenes, you know.
Yeah, and, you know...
I was about to say the super pants. They, see? Stumbling over my consonants. Future plans.
Oh, okay, right.
So...
Yeah, for sure. And speaking of future plans, definitely come back in the future. If you... I mean, you will put out more stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll have more to talk about to the listeners. I appreciate everybody that always listens, by the way, and who goes on Instagram Live, because thanks to that, we got some pretty good questions in.
Yes, thank you, everyone.
So let's keep it going. Go follow. If you don't follow already... Well, actually, I'll say all this stuff later. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we'll post about it.
Yeah, we'll post about it, where to follow us so that you can see us. Go live and interact with us and keep up with what's going on.
Yeah, I like this.
Yeah,
this
thank you.
Fun.
Yeah, it definitely is. You see what I say? Like, everybody's always like, I don't know what to talk about, but don't worry.
Conversation.
Yeah, and easily, what is it, like an hour and 20 passed by.
Yeah, and you have a lot of content of me saying super pans and stumbling over my words.
It's all right. I mean, we were going to see your growth as a person and as an artist, and to me, that's cool. You know, like, that's how people become fans, I think. Because, yeah, I think so. I think you got some out there already. Any closing remarks?
Not really.
Yeah, okay, no problem. We'll definitely have the links for your stuff up.
Thank you.
And please come back.
Yes.
Yeah, for
Stay
sure.
tuned for future content, and looking forward to growing with all of you.
Yes, for sure.
JXD Entertainment.
Yep.
The Hang.
Yes, we're here. New start. By the way, if everybody doesn't know, this is produced by JXD now, so stay tuned. Thanks, everybody. And I always end it awkward because I don't know what to say other than bye.
2, 1, bye.
Peace.